Rough Country's 2-inch leveling kit with shocks are for the 2009 to 13 two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive F-150 owners that want one of the most affordable ways to raise their truck and remove that raked factory stance, while upgrading your suspension and fitting up to 35-inch tires. This is a complete four-wheel kit that includes shocks for the rear. The lifted ride height not only makes for a tougher looking rig overall, but it will also allow your F-150 to be more capable off-road, on job site, or wherever. This is a bolt-on install with everything included, but because of the more involved design, I'll be giving this 2 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter, and expect it to take about 3 to 4 hours to complete. This is not just your typical leveling kit that simply raises the front of your truck, leaving the rear of your truck untouched. This is a full kit that provides 2 inches of lift up front with the included strut spacers, and 1 inch of lift for the rear with the included blocks. This is going to remove that rake stance because we're lifting the front an extra inch more than the rear. The strut spacers are cast from T6061 billet aircraft aluminum, and they will be bolted to the top of your front strut without needing to fully disassemble them. You'll use the 2-inch blocks in conjunction with your factory blocks. This is going to be too much for your factory U-bolts, so Rough Country includes a brand new longer U-bolts and hardware. The rear will also be getting a suspension upgrade with a pair of the nitrogen-filled N2 shocks that are finished in a silver powder coat finish that looks great with the Rough Country logo, but also helps with corrosion. The shocks feature velocity-sensitive valving, and this helps create the right level of resistance according to the piston rod speed. The constantly adjusting dampening of these shocks offers smooth on-ride and amazing off-road control. Lifting your truck with factory shocks can lead to poor handling and ride quality, so having these shocks included with this kit is a really nice bonus. At just over $200 for this kit with the shocks, it's going to be one of the easiest and most affordable ways to remove that rake stance on your F-150 and get a little overall lift to fit up to 35-inch tires. This is a great system for the guys that want a simple lift that allows for those bigger tires while keeping your stock ride quality. The kit will save you hundreds compared to our bigger, more involved lifts. Switching over to the install. Again, this is slightly more involved than a typical bolt-on. Because no major modification is needed, I'm giving this 2 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter, and expect it to take about 3 to 4 hours. The tools you'll need are a ratchet and socket set, a rubber mallet, a jack and jack stands, and a lift. First step is to get the truck in the air and take off the front 2 tires. Remove the lower sway bar and link hardware with sockets. Now loosen upper ball joint nut and upper strut mount nuts and separate the ball joints. Use a mallet against the spindle to separate the joint. From here, you can remove the upper ball joint nut and lower and top strut hardware to remove the strut. Now install your new Rough Country spacer using the included hardware to attach the top of the strut to the vehicle. Then reconnect the bottom and torque to spec. You may need a jack and pry bar to attach upper ball joint to the spindle, then attach the sway bar and link and put the wheel back on, and repeat these same steps for the other side. Now jack up the rear and place on stands and start to remove the rear wheels. Remove the shock absorbers from the upper and lower mounts and retain the hardware for reuse. Place a floor jack under the differential housing to support the axle and remove the stock U-bolts using your sockets. Install the 1-inch block under the factory block on the axle pad. Use the new longer U-bolts and tighten back together with the socket. Assemble the shock bushings in the rear shock bushings and install in stock location with the factory hardware you took off earlier. After both sides are done, put the wheels back on and lower your truck onto your tires. Now you're ready to test out your new lift. That's my review and install on Rough Country's 2-inch leveling lift kit. Check this out and more at AmericanTrucks.com.